All right, guys, just rolling the next one. Got all the equipment here, but the best part is check out the view we got for today. Gotta love an office view like that. All right, guys, here's what we are tying into today. There is a steel pipe that runs up underneath that road and comes in. There's a little like coffer dam, dry dam right there. Catches all the water coming off that hill. That pipe is either collapsed or clogged or both or all the above. It's about 80 feet up through there, so we're going to dig it out. We're going to dig it out and go for it. Now, in full disclosure, we were going to do this job yesterday.
Yeah.
I called Locates in, what, a week ago?
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks.
And REC, which is the electric company, they emailed me. They said they're good. PSCI, which is the phone company, they've got painted over there on the ground. They're good. The water company never showed up. Now, I'm not a real smart guy. That looks like a water hydrant.
Pretty certain.
So we had to make a few phone calls yesterday to figure out what was going on with the water line because the water company never showed up. And they tell me their water line is right here and then it tees over to that hydrant. So we're good. So we got permission. Got permission to dig even though we ain't got blue lines on the ground. So we're going to tie into this. I don't know how hard that thing's going to come out of there, but there's only one way to find out.
Start digging.
Let's do it. Maybe interesting what we find here. What we can see down here on the end is a steel pipe. I got a feeling this thing turns to a clay pipe up the hill here somewhere. This has been in here for a long time. We'll dig our way back through here and see what we find. I also got a feeling that it's not real deep. I'm gonna reach out there and grab that, see if I can move it at all. A little bit. Gonna cover a little bit more of that and see what we got. Come on, baby. Getting deeper right there. I don't want to go that way. Definitely beside it, I think. I think it turns into clay up here somewhere, but the way it's going, I don't know if we need to follow it. We may just need to be able to get that piece up,
just kind of go straight,
terminate it, then run the new one in a separate trench. You see what I'm saying? Let me grab the end of it and see if I can fold it up out of there.
So here's the old clay pipe right there. You can see the end of it. Mike's digging past it now. Should be more exposed as soon as he takes that bucket out. Or the exact opposite. Let him get another bucket out of there and I'll get down in there and show you. Here's the old clay pipe. You can see all the stuff in it. So there's the problem. It's just completely full. Get you a little better view. You can see here's the pipe. You can see here's the pipe full of nastiness inside of it. So there's the culprit. I think Mike called it right. Step off to the side of it here, because it connects to where you saw him talk about earlier, that dry dam. So we'll dig along the side of this and put the new pipe in just off to the right-hand side of the old system. So we hit some other fun stuff. Old Blue River clay, and you can see how it just kind of slows that bucket down. That is some tacky stuff. You see the tooth marks here. See how it's just kind of peeling up. That'd be good to take home to the kids and let them play with some Old Blue River clay, huh? Anyway, it's no fun to dig this stuff. You can see it just clogs up in the bucket. Luckily, it comes out easy. So stay tuned for more. All right, everybody. So Mike's got it to grade here down at the bottom where it all runs into the pipes that connect to each other. Not necessarily connect to each other, but the water flow. This pipe, that pipe, they all take water out and away, and that takes it to the river. So we're going to take this corrugated pipe, but it's double wall. So the inside of this pipe is smooth, as you can see there, and some rocks in it. So it's a little unsmooth because of the rocks, but we like to use this double wall pipe so the water flows easier. As a single wall would have this same corrugated nature on the inside, just the reverse image of what you see here. Every other one, this would be a valley and that would be a peak on the inside. What that does is slows the water down. With what we're doing here, we don't want to slow the water down necessarily. We want the water to come off the backside of that dry dam to keep it from hopping the dry dam. And when we get to that end of it, we'll show you, we don't have a whole lot of elevation for that water to trap into. Mike's gonna sell some rock to his mom. She's wanting some landscaping rock, and you can see that one there and that one there, and he just put one up there on top, and he says he's gonna sell them for $20 a piece to his mother. So you all can comment as to what you would do if you were finding rocks for your mom, if you charge her or not, and see if Mr. Dirt Perfect agrees or not. I bet that part of this video will get edited out. Thank you, sir. It's a little heavy.
What do you want it?
See this notch right here in the bank?
Yeah.
I'd like to set it right down in there, but it needs to be spun the other way. Skinny tip uphill. What? Really, DP? And that, ladies and gentlemen, gets us pretty close to the height of the top of the pipe. We'll put another decent sized rock right here, because there's going to be some volume of water coming down here. We don't want this thing moving around and allowing the bank to collapse over top of it. So we'll put a rock on each side and probably cap it with another one. We've got a couple more nice rocks in that dirt pile there that we can reuse as on-site materials. So let's get the next rock. So we gave Mr. Dirt Perfect some instructions. You see the rock standing on the end there. He's gonna thumb that one, bring it down here, and fit it in here is my hope. It's gonna be tight, but we're gonna make it work. And then we're gonna take the other big one that's sitting right on the back side of that Blue River clay, and we're gonna cap these two rocks, and that should trap that pipe, both keeping it from lifting and side to side. So let's see what happens. He brought the rock that goes on top first, so he didn't listen to instructions too well. Just set that one aside, we need it next. That'll sit on top, yes.
Did you get that by yourself?
No. I already told him you don't listen to instructions. I said to get that one first.
But that one's nicer.
Oh, for the top, you're right. See how it goes, folks? But that one's nicer. I know that. That's why we're putting it on top. And we want that one on the side because it's not as nice. So So we're gonna try to sneak that one right down in there. Let's see how this goes.
Will it flip it?
Huh?
Will it roll it?
Either way is fine, as long as the way you have it grabbed, it goes down in that way. Gonna be a tight squeeze. Come away from yourself. A little more. See what happens. Come on, slide down in there, Rock. Be nice to us today. Or not. Come on, Rock. That wasn't very nice.
I can't see, but I'm guessing that didn't go as planned.
There's a rock sticking out of the concrete about 6 inches. It sat right on it and flipped it out the wrong way. So we're gonna have to place this one by hand, folks. Stay tuned. All right, everybody. So what we got here is I'm wanting to trap that taper of that rock behind this concrete. But as you saw me hitting this rock here with a hammer, it was sticking out too far. So now I'm feeling pretty good about the end of that rock snaking right into that little cove there, if you will, which will lock it in place, and then we can backfill the backside of it. We'll see if DP likes it or not. Looks pretty darn tight to me. Sitting good on this rock with the shim rock we put in there. Captured by the backside of this concrete. That rock shouldn't go anywhere. Right on the edge of the pipe. Right where we wanted it. Stay tuned for more.
Alright guys, before we put this second pipe in here, I'm going to go all dirt nerd on you again. This is very common and it happens a lot around lakes and rivers, but I want to show you. See how dark that dirt is down there? And you can kind of see the line of it right here. And this does happen. It's not happening here on this property, but down the river a little bit. The hill's sliding. It's just kind of crunging off. And what happens is, if I had to guess, this dirt was put in here by a flood. Could have been 1,000 years ago, could have been 1,000,000 years ago, could have been 100 years ago. But it's a layer of mud in here, as we call river mud or blue mud. Sometimes around lakes and stuff, it'd be a layer of topsoil, it'd be the same stuff. But what happens is, that dirt, you cannot compact it. It's like bubble gum. Whenever it gets wet, it's extremely slick. I mean, it's just really slick. That big hill up there is full of rock, and water leaches out of it, and it lubricates this layer right here. And like down the river there's 7, 8, maybe 10 feet of dirt on top of this. Whenever that gets wet from water weeping out of that hill, it'll just slowly kind of slide off and slide down there in the river. Like I said, it's not happening here because it's pretty shallow, but you get up the road there a little bit where it's a deeper layer, that's exactly what's happened. It's just sliding off. So, all right, I'm done being a dirt nerd.
Dirt nerd.
Dirt nerd.
Dirt nerd.
I was going all dirt nerd on them.
All right, everybody. So the way these double wall pipes work, you have a rubber gasket with this plastic cloth over it, or plastic material to protect it. These are kind of tacky. They don't slide real well inside of the pipe. You can see where it starts and then it gets a little smaller and it's got to go over that lip. We take it all the way back to there. So what we normally do is put Dawn dish soap or some type of product that adds a little bit of slippery nature to that rubber gasket. Today, we're going to use some extreme duty grease that we normally put in the equipment, but as usual, we forget something for every job, right? It's typically something small. However, we forgot the dish soap today. So we're gonna use grease. And then on these pipes, it says right here, I don't know if you can read that or not because of the shadow, but home right there. What that means is this edge of the pipe needs to be somewhere in this area here, and that's considered bottomed out which creates the proper seal. So I'm gonna smear some grease around this thing, and Mike's gonna take his bucket and he's gonna put it on the end of that pipe, and he's just gonna slowly move it this way. I'll get it aligned and we'll push it in until we get to that home rib right there. So let's see what happens. So we've got it greased up, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to get it to go in there before we get any dirt on that one due to the rocks that we have on it. And I'm also sitting on the pipe, as you can see. So if it moves much at all, I'll have him stop so that we don't push the other pipe too far, but let's see how this goes. So as you can see, the home was right there. We just went a little bit past it, but we're still centered up on that rib over here, and we're centered up on that rib over here. So we are good to go. Worked really well. On to the next section. All right, everybody, you can see the old drainage tile there, another one over here. What we're trying to do is all the water that comes from up there at the top of the hill, you can see that ditch where it's washed out up there behind that little cabin shed, and it rolls down through here and goes into that collapsed pipe that we just took out. So Mike is connecting the two ditches. After we get the pipe all the way up in here, the plan is to dig this ditch deeper up to about where that rock, or maybe a little further, so that it steepens off and there's more volume for water to catch here, slow down if you will, hit our double wall pipe that we put in, and then evacuate it out down there to ditch. So we're going to keep working on this. Things are coming along nicely. So as you saw earlier, Mr. Dirt Perfect explaining the blue river clay, different layers of dirt, and the reason why at a certain depth some of these properties slide towards the river. So now what we have is a totally new color. You can see the red layer there. So we are going to get Mr. Dirt Perfect, that man sitting right there, to stop running his excavator and educate us a little bit here. So give me a second to get his attention and we'll be right back. Everybody, so as mentioned moments ago, we're going to get Mr. DP off the track code to give us a little education.
No, I should specify that I am not a soil scientist.
Mr. Dirt Perfect says he is not a soil scientist. However, he's a little more educated than I am and typically understands dirt more than I do. I'm assuming individuals watching your channel have the same thought process as I. So as I mentioned moments ago, we had blue river clay down there underneath the dirt, and then Mike explained the layer as to why these properties tend to drift towards the river, because they slide. Now we have this red color. So Mr. Dirt Perfect, as you look through your spotting scope, what is the red, sir?
The red's just natural red clay. It's what we got around here a lot. And I would say this is undisturbed right here.
So virgin ground, if you will. Yeah. No one has dug or moved or messed with anything below this chunk of concrete here.
If I had to guess, what has happened is this probably had that layer of blue stuff on here from the river flooding. It got dozed off to level this up, build this parking lot, and then it ended up deeper down there in the bottom where they filled in.
There you have it, folks. That is a non-soil scientist's opinion as to why this is undisturbed dirt.
If I was a betting man, if we dug 6 or 8 feet deep down there, we'd find this same layer down there.
So there you go, 6 or 8 feet, in which was not needed for the original lot leveling, we would probably get back to undisturbed dirt. Stay tuned for some more progress on the pipe. Thank you, sir. Everybody, you can see the paparazzi just showed up. She got her camera out. She's gonna take some pictures. It's hard not to be famous when you're around Mr. Dirt Perfect. And yes, his head is already too big. So let's not try to make it any bigger, but it is the truth of the matter. So.
Alrighty, so here's the update. We got the pipe in. I guess in a perfect world, maybe, oh my goodness, I fell. 2 more feet of pipe may have been okay. But I think what we're going to do is we're actually going to take this dam and slide it back a little bit and gain us some reservoir space and give it a little bit more of a straight shot into the pipe there. And then we'll probably stack some nice little pretty rocks up around it, because we got plenty of them to choose from around here. So I'm gonna hop on the Mini, do a little bit of backfilling down here, and get myself where I can work right here, and then we'll kind of scooch that little, I don't know what we call it, a dam. Let's call it a berm.
It's more of a berm.
We'll
dry berm.
Scooch the berm back. So I'll see if I can find you some rocks. You can go do your fancy work stacking thingy there.
Sounds great.
Trying to get this berm here reworked. I don't know if you guys can see Matt down there. He's getting some rocks stuck around the end of the pipe. But I've got one rock right here that, oh, check it out, Matt. Got it.
That's a big one.
We're working on this thing for 10 minutes. And I'm sorry to give up on it. Turn the camera on. You guys are. Or if I can set that one right where that other one's out behind you.
It'd be better if that was down there.
That's what I mean. Yeah, put it down in there.
That'd be great.
Kind of trying to make a wall down there out of some rocks, so if that water comes down through that bank, it's got something to bounce off of and turn it into that pipe. Let me get resituated here and we'll set it in there. See if I can get the rest of that out there now. Oh yeah!
There's another big one attached.
Somebody poured a bunch of concrete in here at one time, I'm not sure why. Alright guys, Matt's kind of finished in stacking a few rocks around the other end of this pipe. I'm going to jump in here and kind of get this backfilled here a little bit. I'll be real careful not to use that nasty mud we dug out there, because like I said before, it just does not pack at all. We'll take this piece of pipe here and throw it in the scrap pile. That clay pipe, we just end up digging beside it and leaving it in there. I think all that blue mud and stuff over there, we're probably going to take a skid steer. I'll take a skid steer, load it up, just get it out of here. This is a parking lot of something that's going to have a whole lot of heavy traffic on it. Probably would have backfilled this whole thing with 53s, but this is a vacation rental farm and they're on a budget. It rarely gets more than a smart car on it, so we're just going to go ahead and use some of this material and pack it in here as best we can. What it is. It'll work pretty good for them, and we'll get a good coat of rock on the top and make sure they don't have any mud exposed. But I think it's going to be just fine. Yep, I think that'll work out pretty. That looks good. Looks real good.
Thank you.
If I was water, I would definitely want to go in that hole.
Right in that pipe.
So
I tried to back it up against the bottom of them rocks too, because that was some good clay, and I tamped it in there with my foot. It might not hold all that weight.
Well, we got a lot more. I mean, before it was just down and in. We got some reservoir capacity.
We can sweep it in front of this rock
Yep.
with that other stuff, so this is way better than what there was here before.
I like the direction we're going.
Yes.
I think I'm gonna get the load of rock off that truck. I need to get this trash picked up so I can see what I got. So let's switch out good rock for trash, I guess.
There you go. Sounds like a plan. All right, guys, as you saw Mike state, you got to get rid of the good rock so we can load up all the trashy stuff. We're going back down the driveway here, turn around on the road, back in, and dump pretty close to about right there after it gets turned around. See if he can find the sweet spot that he likes.
looking pretty good. I'll show you guys, I'll get you guys a tour of it here just in a minute. Trying to get all this junk, blue, nasty mud out of here, because like I said before, it just does not pack at all. It'll never make anything for a driveway, even if it is just a thing. Man, I'd say load the truck with a skid steer. Probably my least favorite thing to do. Everything about it is awkward. I don't care what you say. If you're used to loading a truck with an actual loader or an excavator, it is hard to go back to a skid steer to load a truck. But I will admit, the skid steer is faster than a mini excavator, and it's what I got on the job, so it's what I'm going to use. But let me get the rest of this stuff loaded up out of here, and then kind of show you what we got, and we'll get our mess cleaned up the rest of the way, and hopefully call this one a wrap. Well guys, that's what it looks like all cleaned up before I put rock on it. Pretty much got all that mud out of here. I got some pretty good material in there covering that pipe up. Got all the big rocks either beat down or picked up because I want to maximize my good stone when I put on top of there. All the nasty fill dirt's out of there. We got that pipe to load up and haul out yet, but that's not a big deal. But I'm going to grab that pile of stone and spread it out on here and make it look pretty. I do have the grader attachment on this job. A couple of you guys may have seen that. No, I did not drag it in here for this job. It was on the trailer from the previous job, and I just unloaded it here because the trailer had to go somewhere else. So I doubt I use it. It's just here by happenstance. But let's get some white rock on there. Alrighty guys, there she is, all done. Let me give you a quick little tour of it. That's where our pipe's coming out there. We got some rocks all stacked up, kind of making that look somewhat attractive and fortifying a little bit, I guess would be the best way to say it. But 80 feet of pipe in the ground. I got it filled, backfilled with some good material, capped with some 7s, spread out with a skid steer. For me being a skid steer operator, you guys know I suck on a skid steer. I'm pretty happy with the way that turned out. This is our berm up here. We kind of got it bellied out just a little bit. All that rock will wash off and look like this after a rainstorm or two. That'll clean up and look real nice. And then this is our new little catch basin area. Kind of the same thing on this end. Got it all built up with rocks. I got some big rocks there to kind of help that water turn and go down that way. The debate is where to put a screen or something on that. I'm gonna leave that up to the homeowner because I'm not gonna be the one up here cleaning it. But that's it. That's a wrap. Matt's up there. We decided to go ahead and clean out. There's a little portion of the ditch up there that was kind of shallow, that kind of catches some water coming off the neighbor's property. So we decided we got the grading bucket on there. Matt went ahead and just kind of smoothed that up to wasn't part of the job, but needed to be done. It wasn't that big a deal since the equipment was here, so we went ahead and did that as well. But that's it guys, that's a wrap. Check out that view. Love where I live, love working on the river. But that's it, that's a wrap. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. And guys, as always, we'll catch you on the next one.